Notion is one of the most versatile and free note-taking app out there. In today's video, we will explore Notion and see for ourselves if we can use it for budgeting and tracking our finances. Hey buds, welcome back to the channel. If you have not heard or seen Notion before, you're in luck. It is free to download and can be installed on different devices and platforms. Of course, you have to sign up first and using your email account as with any other apps nowadays. Before we see what I have created in Notion, let's learn what is Notion and its uses. For the simplest uses, Notion can be used as a note-taking app or for managing projects, monitoring the schedules, as a text editor, and the more powerful feature for this is the database. Database is a collection of organized information or data stored on an electronic system. Okay, if you are following with me, once you have installed Notion, we can start exploring the application. We will not discuss the details on how to use the Notion on this video, but let's see the basics and navigation. I'm using this on a browser, but I also installed it on my iPad. You can also use it on the mobile, on your mobile device, iOS or Android. So if you want to create a new page, let me show this. If I wanted to put take some notes, maybe about Notion, then maybe I just put an empty page. So you can add an icon on the page. Maybe I'll just use this. I can also add a cover. So basically like this. And what is Notion? Or you can also put some they call it blocks, so you can use a header one for the topic. Uses, you can also create lists or toggle lists like this. List one. Then points, also you can use asterisk to create a list. So maybe a page 1, page 2, something like this. So basically each line you can create a different block. See, there's a lot of options. You can use as a code or call out or code. So let's show you an example of call out. Call out is something like it's highlighted. Oops. Highlighted comment. And you can also change the icon if you want. This. Then for codes, so you just type in slash and then code. Insanity is blah blah blah. You know the code. So there are a lot of formatting options here on the page when using Notion. Let me show database also. So if you want to make a new database page, so you select this database full page, but I just want to put it as inline inside this Notion page. So you can modify, so it's database is like only columns and rows, but the powerful feature for this is you can link two databases using a relation. Later I will show you on the budgeting tracker that I created, the simple budgeting tracker I created for this. If you want to explore more on how to use Notion, you can search on YouTube the basic tutorials or the features that Notion has, and maybe you can start with Thomas J. Frank's YouTube channel for this. For another feature from Notion is you can also download templates, pre-made templates by Notion itself or by other users. When you go to this website, you can find a lot of templates like for school, for work, personal projects, and wiki. So here are some of the uses that you can do in Notion. Since I wanted to learn more on how to use Notion, I tried to build this simple one-page budgeting or finance tracker. Okay, before we dive deep into this simple tracker, I tried to download pre-made templates, but since how it's made is it's not something that I can use for this format, so I tried to create the template itself for myself. So if you see, there are a few different templates that you can download. So if this template is usable for your requirement, then you can just try to download the template and modify it on your for your own needs. So let's go back to this tracker that I created. So it's just a one-page tracker with two databases. One is budget database and the other one is transaction database. You can also see this wallet, but this is a view of this transaction database. So it's just if you see, there are two entries here for a paycheck. Both are income, so it's just filtering these two records here, the starting balance and the paycheck. So let's go to budget table database first. So here for the budget database, you will need to put the category and the amount that you want to budget for. So I created these three columns here, and then the category, the assigned, activity, and available. So for example, I wanted to budget for emergencies. I've assigned 200 Singapore dollars. Activity is the expense that was made under that budget. So okay, for example, for groceries, I put 600 for the budget, but there's already $110 that was spent. So these two. The available is just a computation of this column assigned subtracted by the activity. So if you see here is 200. I can show you the formula also. Assigned plus activity. So one thing to note is when you key in the transaction or the expenses, it should be negative. So it will subtract the amount from the assigned column. That's why it's put as assigned plus activity. Okay, so whenever you're tracking your budget, you just need to look at this available column. And another thing to note is whenever you're adding your budget, the total should be equal to the amount of your actual money saved in your account. So whatever amount is here, it should be the same when you budget it. So I entered here whatever I wanted to budget, like for monthly bills, for savings, for phone bills. So you can see that the total for the available in the budget table is also the same as the total for the transactions, all transactions. So income and expenses are all added here. On the transactions, you can see there are three views. If you see, there's three tabs here: all transaction with no filter. Income transaction is only showing the income category or incoming money, and then expense is all the outgoing. And if you notice, there's this budget with the arrow. So this column is called the relation. It means that you can link transactions and budget, and you can use this as to link to the other table. So if you see, I put groceries here. So these two entries for groceries are linked to this row in the budget. That's why it's getting the total amount of these two entries. So if I add another one, it should be subtracting on this activity column as well. So if I put savings, maybe I put 50, negative 50, which is the groceries. And then this is the most important part. You need to put the relation to the budget table whenever you enter any expenses. For income, you don't need to input it. So just need to link to the groceries and then done. So if you see, the amount will be groceries 50 minus 160 now. So the remaining is 440. So that's the basic rundown of this simple budgeting tracker. So there are a number of customizations that you can add on this page, and also in the database you can change the icons, even the entries here you can also open and add. Maybe you want to put some comments here, or what for, or the savings you can, for emergencies, maybe save up to 5,000. So you can put it something like that. You can also add the icon for here, maybe something like this. Yeah. And also for the databases, you can put some filtering and sorting on each column. So it's really a versatile tool that you can modify to your liking. So for example, here, budget assignment column, category, assigned activity, I change the icons for those columns as well. And as mentioned before, you can put some formula here to calculate whatever you need. Oh yeah, activity, I use this formula to get the details from the transactions table from here. That's why it's getting the total amount. For this groceries, it will get all the groceries amount and will put the total here. So for using Notion, not only you can use it as a tracker, but you can also use it for project management, even for tracking or managing your own businesses or own projects. For work or for personal, you can use Notion as well. For my content creation tracker, I use the same application. And that's it. I hope you learned something new today, and I urge you to subscribe and like for more videos if it helped you in any way, even if it's just a little bit. And lastly,